Okay, so while we are waiting for the Secretary General to present the resolution, I would like to inform everyone that for the ratification process, the resolution will require 2/3 votes from the voting members present in this General Legislative Council. So at least we shall reach 48 in favor. So the Secretary General will now be presenting again the resolution, and I will request for the author to please present it to us again.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. A resolution urging the Bicol University to allow BUenos to follow a dress code in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the graduation rites. Whereas Bicol University, as the premier state university in the Bicol region, is home to academically excellent and talented students who continue to uphold its four pillars: scholarship, leadership, character, and service. Madam Secretary, can you please scroll the resolution? Thank you.
Mr. Torrenueva, you are now recognized.
Madam Chair, since we're lacking of time, I would like to raise a motion to postpone the reading of the resolution for the third and final reading and proceed immediately to the ratification of the resolution. Thank you.
So there is a motion to suspend or postpone the third reading of Resolution Number 1, Series of 2022, and immediately proceed to the ratification process. Do we hear a second?
I second the motion.
I second the motion.
Mr. Llorente, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I would like to express my objection to the motion, since this is the last and final reading, third and final reading po, the resolution should be read.
Okay, let me go back to the motion. There is a motion to suspend or postpone the third reading of the Resolution Number 1, Series of 2022. Do we hear a second?
Madam Chair, I object po, Madam Chair, for the motion. I think this is the third and last reading po of the resolution. That being said, I think it is only right.
Hearing none, I will now recognize first Mr. Llorente.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Again po, I object po to the motion po said by the Honorable
Mr. Llorente, kindly proceed.
Hello, Madam Chair. I'm not audible po.
Sorry, my device was muted. Can you proceed again?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to express my objection po to the motion said by the Honorable Director General from UNESCO po, being that this is the third and final reading po of the resolution that should be read in its entirety po with the amendments na po. Since kanina po, the Secretary General only read the amendments themselves, yung mga amendments lang, but not as the whole po. So again po, I object to the motion po.
Thank you for your manifestation, Mr. Llorente. And since that the motion has not been seconded, we will still proceed with the third and final reading of Resolution Number 1, Series of 2022. May I now, you may now proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let me now proceed. Whereas Bicol University should nurture the students from diverse backgrounds, religion, age, social class, and gender to uphold the four principles of the institution. Whereas the Philippines is rich in giving importance to gender-based equality from pre-colonial period up until the first Pride March in Asia held in 1994 and the passage of Provincial Ordinance number 0065, the series of 2021, prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression or SOGI in the province of Albay. Whereas many efforts have been made to forward the rights of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, or LGBTQIA+, and strengthen its fight for a discrimination-free society. Whereas, despite significant strides in the advancement of gender equality, in the Philippines, little progress has been made in recognizing the rights of persons of diverse sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, or SOGI, to be protected from various forms of discrimination in private and public institutions, including Bicol University. Whereas Article 2, Section 11 of the 1987 Philippine Constitution states that the state values the dignity of every human person and guarantees full respect for human rights. Whereas Article 3, Section 1 of the said Constitution states that no person shall be deprived of liberty, life, liberty, and property without due process of law, nor shall any person be denied the equal protection of the laws. Whereas Section 4 of the same article states that no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech, of expression, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assembly and petition the government for redress and grievances. Whereas, as enshrined by our Constitution, the supreme law of the land, we are mandated to stand by one's right to expression by recognizing the struggles of the marginalized sectors, in this case, the LGBTQIA+ community. Whereas, the absence of a protective legal mechanism for BUNYOs of diverse SOGI leaves them vulnerable to discriminatory practices that exclude them from full and meaningful participation in school-related activities. Whereas in 2019, various students and allied organizations of LGBTQIA+ community of Bicol University appealed to the Office of the President through an open letter to allow graduating students to wear the graduation garb aligned with one's gender identity and or expression. Whereas the Office of the President, the open letter of the students was set aside, thereby disallowing BUNYOs to dress in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the 2019 graduation rites of Bicol University. Whereas as a manifestation of protest for disallowing BUNYOs to dress in accordance with their gender identity and or expression, various LGBTQIA+ students and its allies conducted a demonstration during the said graduation rites, whereby the BU president waved the pride flag during the said graduation rites, which became a symbolic implied support for the LGBTQIA+ community of the university. Whereas this office, referring to the General Legislative Council, recognizes the struggles and calls of the marginalized sector in our society. Be it result as it hereby resolved that from now onwards, we are one with the call to uphold the students' right to expression in allowing them to follow a dress code in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the graduation rites. Resolved further, this shall be practiced from this academic year and onwards. Resolved furthermore that copies of this resolution be furnished to responsible officers of Bicol University for their reference. By this, Madam Chair, I move for the adoption of this resolution, a resolution urging the Bicol University administration to allow BUNYOs to follow the dress code in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the graduation rites and its third reading and for its eventual ratification.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sanaw. So there is a motion for the ratification of the Resolution 1, Series of 2022, entitled A Resolution urging the Bicol University administration to allow BUenos to follow a dress code in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the graduation rites. Do we hear a second?
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
The motion has been seconded. Are there any manifestation? Hearing none, we shall now proceed to the division of the House. Are you ready for the question?
Ready. Question.
To those who are in favor of the ratification of the Resolution 1 Series of 2022, kindly proceed to the group chat for the voting members of the Assembly and vote through the created poll. And to those who are not in favor and to those who wishes to abstain, kindly do the same. For the ratification process, we will be giving you 2 minutes maximum of time to cast your votes. And just a reminder, for this ratification to be able to be successfully approved, there is a need to reach at least 48 voting members of the Assembly that is present to vote in favor for the ratification of this resolution. So since that the members present are now 78, then the required number of the votes for the ratification should be at least 49.
Madam Chair, I would like to recognize po.
Mr. Llorente, you are now recognized.
Madam Chair, I would like to instruct the Sergeant at Arms po to message po the members po who are present in the Zoom meeting but not yet voting po to take them to take a note po of the members po who are present in the Zoom meeting and but not yet voting po.
So there is a manifestation from Mr. Llorente to instruct the Sergeant at Arms to help in assisting the members in the voting members of the Assembly to the voting. So for the Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Carl Malone Lorilla and Mr. Paul Alan Ala, kindly assist in the group chat and enlist all the voting members who have not yet who are not yet able to cast their votes through the poll, so we can check if who among our voting members are not actively participating.
Noted po, Madam Chair.
So since that the allotted time for the voting is now closed, is there any motion for the extension of the voting from the body?
Madam Chair, I,
Mr. Bernal, you are recognized.
Madam Chair, I move that we extend the period for voting by another 2 minutes to give time for the members who have not voted yet.
There is a motion to extend the voting for the ratification to 2 minutes. Do we hear a second?
I second the motion.
I object, Madam.
Are there any manifestation?
I object, Madam Chair.
Who wants to be recognized?
Mr. Lorente po, if the Secretary General can present po the votes po in favor is already at 50 votes po in favor, reaching the po, the quota which is 49. And I think that is in favor po of the resolution.
Okay, so thank you for that manifestation, Mr. Llorente. However, the Secretariat Committee have checked the technicalities of the votes casted because a while ago, after the duration of the voting has been closed, the additional votes were casted through the poll. So technically speaking, it will not be counted. So as per the Secretariat Committee, if this motion to extend the duration of the voting be approved, then they shall now consider the additional votes casted after the cut-off of the duration of the previous duration of the casting of votes. So now we proceed. Are there any more manifestation? Hearing none, let's now proceed to the division of the House. Are you ready for the question?
Question.
So, to those who are in favor for the extension of the voting for the ratification of the resolution number 1 series of 2021 or 2022 rather, kindly type through this group chat I. And to those who are not in favor, please type nay. And to those who wish to abstain, kindly type abstain. Very good. voting. Now the results are in. I know that all of us here are very excited to know the results, so let me read it to you. So for the ratification of the resolution number 1, series of 2022, those who are in favor got 54 votes. Those who are not in favor got 0 votes, and those who abstained got 4 votes. Therefore, I now officially declare that the motion for the ratification of resolution number 1, series of 2022, entitled a resolution. I'm sorry, we just would like to go back to the presentation of the resolution. Sorry for that. I would now be reading to you the final title. So, a resolution urging the Bicol University Administration to allow BUenos to follow a dress code in accordance with their gender identity and or expression during the graduation rites is hereby carried and approved.
Madam Chair, may I be recognized?
Yes, you are recognized.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. On behalf of the authors of this resolution, I would like to thank the legislators present in this assembly, to the General Legislative Council. Thank you so much for helping in the passage and ratification of this resolution. I know that this is the first step in championing the rights of the LGBTQ plus community in our university, and mahaba pa yung tatakbuhin natin para sa isang inclusive and gender-friendly na university. And I hope that after this General Legislative Assembly, everyone here will continue to support this resolution sa laban nito sa Board of Regents. Ayun, mabuhay ang Sangkabaklaan. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you for that, Mixa now. Sorry for the high emotions here. Okay, congratulations for the ratification of the first resolution. Now, we immediately proceed to the resolution number 2, series of 2022. Now, may I call in the author? It's entitled A Resolution Requiring Bicol University Teaching Faculty to Upload Tasks and Requirements on their allotted time schedule in Google Classroom. May I now call a representative from the authors?
Madam Chair, may I be recognized po, Mr. Lorente.
Yes, Mr. Llorente, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It took us almost 2 hours, 2 hours po to pass the first resolution, and I think everyone is needs a break po. Therefore, I would like to make a motion. I would like to move a motion for 10-minute break po. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for that, Mr. Llorente. So there is a motion to have a recess for 10 minutes. Do we hear a motion? Do we hear a second?
I second the motion.
I second the motion.
Are there any other manifestation? Hearing none, let us now proceed to the division of the House. Are you ready for the question?
Question.
To those who are in favor to have a recess for 10 minutes, please type in the chat box I. And to those who are not in favor, kindly type nay. And to those who wishes to abstain, kindly type abstain. You have maximum of 1 minute to cast your votes and to type your votes. So I believe the ayes have it. Therefore, the motion to have a recess for 10 minutes is hereby carried and approved. We'll go back and we'll be back after 10 minutes. So please be here at 3:56 p.m.
Recording stopped.